Welcome back to another episode of Doing Things the Hard Way with Dan. So, this is my backup water storage system. Let me give you a little back history. We moved to Pennsylvania a year ago, and we moved into a bit of a smaller home. You know, we've got 6 kids, and we've been struggling with our well. And as it turns out, when we purchased it, we didn't know from the buyer that the whole neighborhood has problems with their wells. And we ran out of water our first day. And we've been running out of water 4 to 5 times a month since we've been here. And my patient loving wife has been slowly losing said patience as we've been running out of water at very critical times, since it's never convenient to not have water. The well always comes back the next day and works fine, but when it goes out you have to run down and turn off the pump. And since we built her a salon upstairs for her to do hair every now and again, she has to have water. If she has product in someone's hair, she's got to be able to wash that out or it could burn her hair off. So I had to devise a secondary water backup systems. They do make a tank system that will draw from the well during the day, throughout the day in little intervals, and then you draw water off the tank. But a system like that costs about $4,000, and that was about $5,000 more than I had. So I had to think of a way to do something the hard way. So what I've done, I collect water off my rain gutters outside, standard rain gutter, into a 275 gallon tote. Nothing special about the rainwater collection. But then what I've done is I've piped the rainwater from the garage in through here, through this pipe, through a filter system. So when it comes time to fill the tanks, I chlorinate the water, mix it for a little bit, let it set, and then I pump it through a filter and fill up the tanks. And yes, they do all connect, even though it is kind of a funky system how I did it. I did that so the draw down here would be a little bit slower, but I have accessible about 250 gallons of water here. And then what I did is I realized that the part that I was trying to figure out that I struggled with a bit was how to make the system integrate with the well that I already have, so I didn't have to electronically turn off one or the other. I needed to be able to quickly switch over to backup water and not have someone run into a basement. And then I realized the diaphragm in the well is after the check valve from the main well. So when the well pumps uphill, it goes through a check valve and the water doesn't run back from the house. Okay, so that means if the diaphragm's on this side of the check valve, I can pump through another check valve, which is this one right here. If I pump through another check valve into the system, I can pressurize the water system through the pump. So I'm just using a cheap $130 booster pump from Lowe's that draws water off of the system, pressurizes and pushes through the check valve and into the system. And I ran the 110 line through a regulator, a regular well regulator, and I just used one set of contacts since it's only 110 volt. And then I put the 110 volt into a remote control 110 device. So this is actually turned on right now but not running. Upstairs, Heather has a remote control, and it worked yesterday for the first time that she needed it. She ran out of water. It comes down. The low pressure valve is set to the same settings as the main pressure regulator for the main. So when the main well turns on, this one also turns on, but it's checked by the remote control. So as soon as she turns the remote control on, if the regulator shows low pressure, it automatically draws from the tanks, pressurizes the system, and when the system comes to pressure, it also turns off the main well. And then it'll run off the pump all night until she turns it back off, and that gives the pump time to recover. I think here soon I will change the low pressure setting on here to turn on a bit quicker so it keeps the main well off, but I haven't decided whether I need to do that or not. But I did this system all said and done about $500, which is, you know, close to 10% of what it would have cost to pay someone to put another tank system in there. It was definitely the hard way, figuring this out and getting it all set up. Mostly the leaks. Getting these dang fittings not to leak, as crazy it is, was the hard part. There was never seemed to be enough plumber's tape to keep the fittings from leaking. But now we've got a working system off of rainwater backup, and so when it gets low, I can take the pump from here. Oh, and I put the pump on quick connects, so I can quick connect here, and I've set up the tank the same upstairs. So once I close this, I can quick connect quick connect to a tank and have quick connects on the hose. Can run it in and fill the tank. It takes about, to fill the tanks completely, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour of pumping from the outdoor tank to fill into here. And that gives us our backup water supply. Hopefully this can be helpful for you if you're looking to put backup water supply in your home somewhere on the cheap. And that's it.